Hi, I'm David Parpart, CEO of Socially Relevant. Events and entertainment companies aren't happy with Facebook and Google. In fact, I was talking to Justin Bieber's marketing manager, and he told me he's looking for a place to drive fans to monetize Justin's social media presence. We're like developers of a Las Vegas-style mall offering free rent. We provide a targeted, sticky environment for fun and shopping. TimeGrab by Socially Relevant is a flexible event space and event search engine positioned to be the go-to place before, during, and after events. We help entertainment companies cut marketing costs, monetize their social media presence, and drive sales of tickets, merchandise, and licensed content before, during, and after events. We provide fans with a rich media experience, easy shopping, and event-specific tools on web, mobile, and IPTV. Our revenue model for TimeGrab is lead generation for ticket sales and event commerce, with a freemium brand service model also involved in it. We've got some formidable competition. And what makes us different is we leverage existing events, content, and fan bases to drive sales of tickets, merchandise, and licensed content. Best of all, we do it in a way which is free for entertainment companies, free for fans, and enhances fun experiences. We're seeking entertainment industry partners, as well as $250,000 in seed funding to launch applications on iPhone, Android, and Facebook, as well as to establish entertainment industry clients. We have launched an iPad version and a beta version right now. We've created 24,000 sports and celebrity timelines, and 250,000 ticketed events have been integrated into the platform. Some people have compared TimeGrab's potential with the invention of the television. Well, what do you think the potential might be for a platform which focuses on helping the world's coolest people engage more, sell more, and make more money, while providing fans with what they want, where they want it, in the way they want it? Thank you.
Nice job. So if this works, does that mean if this works the way you want it, does that mean I'm going to see more of Kim Kardashian? Low blow.
I have a couple of questions for you. I paid attention to the platforms you were targeting, and I'm curious, not just because I work for Microsoft, are you looking at any Microsoft platforms? Because you've got 1 billion installed Windows machines out there, and you've got a partnership with Nokia, a company that shipped 88.5 million phones in Q2. So you might think that...
Just say yes. Just say yes.
Yes, we have. And I'm sorry, I'm sorry to leave that out. No, we would very much like to integrate with Microsoft products. Outlook, we could work with Bing, and definitely work on Windows Mobile. I like the new Windows Store over at right across the street from Apple.
Yeah.
Good move, just across the street.
You talked about formidable competition, but you didn't really go into that. I'd like to hear a little bit about the competitive landscape. What are they doing right? What are they doing wrong? How are you going to differentiate?
Well, I mean, there's the big gorillas. So right now, Facebook is coming out with their timeline. The first piece that we created was an interactive timeline player, right? Our events fit nicely into the Facebook timeline, so instead of looking at a 49ers game you went to last week and just seeing a couple of pictures, you actually get into a flexible event environment full of rich content and e-commerce opportunities from your Facebook profile. We see other people doing some great things in the event space. Interactive television is a potential parallel and a potential competitor for what we're doing. We can also look at great services like Eventbrite, which doesn't necessarily bring a lot of content together, or Plancast, which doesn't bring a lot of content or e-commerce together, but definitely has built audience and could potentially move into this space with the right strategic partnerships.
Okay, Randy.
Hey David, I love how you grab the mic, and we've just really, it's underscored your confidence. That's important when we fund companies. We want to see a CEO that can execute. And that leads to the next question. In regards to the competition, you didn't really go into who the competition is before you answer that question. Verticals. This is okay, vertical. I think there's too much competition. But let's say you do get this right. What other verticals you're interested in besides the platform of sporting and concerts, things like that?
Great. As we started on this in November 2009, when we looked at the opportunity for creating an organization system around time and events. Now, I'm a physician by training, and if you think of a prescription is a timeline. So as we were looking at how time functions and events functions and how we can make it mobile and personal, Right, we looked at different market verticals. One of those was health. We've got a couple of strategic partnerships in the health space and looking at licensing models for them. So there's a lot of stuff here. We're trying to keep it very focused, though, for right now on the entertainment market
For the
vertical.
competition.
Say again?
The second one was competition. You were going to talk about real briefly about competition in the space of the of events.
In the space of events, right now there's like Aisle 21, I believe, which is doing some wonderful mobile apps for the NCAA teams, bringing together content as well as ticket sales and putting it in a fully branded app. We also see other things like, I mean, we
Too
can.
much time, sorry.
Yeah.
That's okay. Yeah.
Tom, a short question and a short answer if you got it.
I'm telling you, come on, is it? So where are you in the development phase, and what's the barrier to entry that's going to make you succeed over someone else? What's going to get you out there? It's going to protect what you're doing and make the investor want to work with you.
So in addition to just investing 4,000 hours in developing a event search engine and an interactive timeline player and so forth, my co-founders have also invested in hiring 30 engineers and investing $1 million in 4 years in developing a rich media distribution platform, which allows us to rapidly scale and develop this complex project. So as far as helping us to prevent competition from coming into the space, small players are going to have a hard time being able to match what we can do in time and money.
So they've invested $1 million or $1 million of time?
$1 million, and we've been doing NRE since 2007, developing this platform, M2 Serve.
Okay, we're going to switch to feedback and start with Paul.
Okay, so love your enthusiasm, fantastic presentation. There's one thing though in your presentation you have to be very careful of, and that's the word freemium. I hear that word at least 20 or 30 times a day, and it means 20 or 30 different things to different people. As an investor, the one word that scares the pants right off me is the word free. I'm here to make money. I'm not here to lose money or to be a donation society. So you need to stress in your presentation how you're going to make money in boatloads of quality money, and in turn how I, as the investor, am going to make money in my return.
Tom?
I think one of the things in your presentation, I think we've met before in the earlier presentation as well. One of the things I'd like to see in your information is what revenues you're going to be generating and what platforms over the next 2-3 years, and how you're going to use that money. I know you have NRE that you're using to fund the company, and that's a good way. That's a good way of generating money is to fund a company. By the way, a lot of people don't go that avenue, and we've done that before. But I think you got to be able to see. You said there's been $1 million put in to help develop this, but then that means this data is not right here because it says something different. So I think you got to get across what you've done to get the product to this stage and how protected it is. Have you filed patents? What have you done with it? And help us see as investors that we want to gravitate toward your company.
Randy?
Yeah, I think you alluded to 2009. You can shake your head, you don't see it. 2009 even. And so that seems like eons ago. And so I would like to see what betas and or what platforms you've been able to monetize since then. Are you still very early that you haven't been able to do that? And so to me, that's a great data point, is i.e. revenue, because that's a telling sign. I didn't hear that, but maybe it's too early stage. But if that's the case, then you've been around for 3 years, and I said, well, maybe this isn't the right vertical. So I was a little confused on that.
Eric?
David, good presentation, second time seeing you. One thing I would suggest, and this is maybe most illustrated by your presentation, but a good tip for everybody, is investors love confidence and unshakable belief in your own offering, but we also want to hear what you see as the obstacles, the downside, the hurdles. Don't leave us thinking, what are we not knowing? Because you have a certain world domination, sort of vibe to you, which is great, but up to a point.